Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Good to see you. I know this is not used to or what we're used to doing in terms of events, but given everything going on in our economy and our country, we're all going to be flexible. So my name is Bret. I am the East Bay Program Director at the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center. This right here is what we're proud to bring to you as our first food business showcase. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why this is necessary and talk to you a little bit about what Renaissance is, but I want to make sure before I go on. Sounds like, I think that might just be you, Kofo. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, please type into the chat. Let's make sure. We're all going to, again, flexibility, agility, fluidity. That's some of the things that we're going to have to practice in this new restricted environment. So good. Yes, looks like everyone can hear me. And as you can see, I'm not doing this by myself. I have an amazing staff by the name of Lucero, Carmela, and Rosa. You can see them there. They've helped put together and worked on this diligently for the last 90 days. And the reason why we've been trying to do this is we have a number of entrepreneurs who are in the food industry who woke up one day and realized that they're not going to be able to run a restaurant the same way. And they haven't been able to get the same amount of guidance and results out of figuring out how to do an online platform. So I partnered with one of our top consultants instructors in this realm, who I'm going to bring on in a little bit. And she sat down and figured out everything that is necessary to run a business in a COVID restricted economy. And this goes hand in hand with what we do at Renaissance. Essentially, we are a community-based business school that helps small businesses, like you're going to see, start, grow, thrive, and expand. And we do that through a couple things. We do training, whether that's one-off trainings or weekly intensive boot camps to teach entrepreneurship and small business ownership to these practitioners. In addition, we create networks. And all of us here, we come from varied backgrounds. Some of us have college and fraternity, sororities, and graduate school experience. Some of us, our network is just the people in our family or our church we go to. We want to expand it past that and make sure that every entrepreneur we are around has these same networks. So we build that. And then in addition, we do events. And these events are for two things. We either want to make sure our entrepreneurs have access to the capital they need to run their businesses, but also to meet new customers. And this is a perfect example of that. So we want to make sure that this virtual showcase turns into you being so excited about the food and the stories of these entrepreneurs that you are ready to order once a week from each of these entrepreneurs. So as we go through this, what you're going to see is people who have taken the time to pivot their business despite COVID and really figure out the safest, best, and highest quality delivery of food. Next slide, please. You can follow us as we're interactive. We are following this hashtag Food Biz Showcase 2020. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these choices. Please do that. Without further ado, I want to bring on Viridiana Ponce, who's been working with us for the last 2 to 3 years in Renaissance East Bay. She's done an amazing job of not only helping businesses that were restaurants in the area, but in particular, really focusing on what are the precautions, delivery, and cost-effective ways to get a business to deliver and create products in a COVID-restricted environment. This couldn't have been possible without her, and I want to bring her on to talk a little bit about herself.
Thank you, Bret. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm so excited to be here today with all of these amazing food operators that I've been working with, some of them this summer, some of them for the last couple of years. And I'm just really excited that we have over 50 people that have joined us so far. I'm hoping that more people will be able to join us in this amazing event, because this event really is about celebrating and about supporting our local food operators here in the Bay Area. So welcome everybody. My name is Viridiana Ponce, and I am a small business trainer, consultant, and coach. And I've been so honored to work with the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center for the last 2 years, where I've helped coach and train over 500 of our entrepreneurs here. And this summer was really amazing because I really saw that despite all of the challenges and all of the crazy things that we are going through politically, through our economy, I just saw the resilience and the creativity and really just community coming together. And so this event is really special to me because it's going to be celebrating and showcasing some of our entrepreneurs. We have more than 10, 10 food operators here at Renaissance, but it's really amazing to be able to, to celebrate them. And I just really want to encourage all of us to always support local, to really encourage you to purchase, as Bret was saying, from these entrepreneurs and really to be part of their journey. So we have a really exciting agenda planned for you today. If we can go to the next slide, thank you. So we are going to kick off this event with a live tea ceremony, and then we are going to go into talking with four women entrepreneurs, where we are going to be talking about adjusting and evolving, not only through the pandemic, but also what they've gone through in their whole journey. We have a couple of amazing videos from our entrepreneurs, and then you are going to also hear some live business pitches. And then we're going to do another video and then do a cooking demonstration. And then we are going to wrap it up with with 2 raffle prizes. So that will be at the end. Stay tuned for that. And then we will hopefully have some time for Q&A where the audience can ask questions directly to our participants. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we will also be sharing our clients' social medias after their presentations, and then we'll also be sharing all of their information at the end of this event. We hope that this is going to be an annual event and that you continue to participate and really support our entrepreneurs. So thank you so much for joining us. Next slide. And so as I mentioned, we are going to kick this off with a tea ceremony by Fabula Tea, presented by Kenny Chu. And what's really exciting is that I spent maybe like 30 minutes with Kenny virtually about a week ago. And within 30 minutes, he made me so excited about tea. And I think what's really special about his business is that he is telling stories, he's bringing art, he's bringing community, and he's sharing about, he's sharing his product with us. So without further ado, we are going to hand this over to Kenny. Hi, Kenny. The floor is all yours. And yeah, Kenny, you're on. Perfect.
All right. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Great. I hope you can see my setup here also.
We can.
All right, great. So let me first start by saying that I'm so honored and excited to be able to participate in this event and to kick off with a live tea ceremony. So I am the co-founder of Fabula Tea, and Fabula Tea specializes not only in tea. So our teas are all small batch, exquisite, they're all very rare teas, but we also specialize in creating tea ceremonies and experiences. So with our tea line and also our tea ceremonies, we hope to help people reimagine, unlock, and also harness the healing power of tea into a transformative journey. So I hope I can able to demonstrate how we do that to our live tea ceremony. All right, that's just a very short introduction to our tea ceremony. And this is usually what you can see in the screen. It's usually our setup for a tea ceremony that is inspired by the Kung Fu Cha. So Kung Fu Cha is a way of brewing tea very meticulously and also very mindfully so that you can relax and rejuvenate over the process and then end up with a really nice cup of tea to sip. And I started this because before I started the tea company, I was actually a research scientist, but a very unfulfilled, unhappy one. So I always take refuge in tea and also any tea rituals and also tea ceremonies. So it is a really nice and really untapped way of regaining your peacefulness and also refresh yourself. All right, without further ado, I will actually invite you to all join me on a very short guided meditation before we start with the process of brewing the tea proper. So when you are ready, just find a comfortable position so that you can close your eyes for the next couple of minutes and meditate along with me. All right, close your eyes and then now take a deep breath. So with that deep breath, try to bring your mind back into your body. If your mind is wandering everywhere because you are excited about the event or because you have had a really long day or week, just gently invite those thoughts and wandering minds away and leave your space so that you completely own your own space right now. Now take another deep breath. Just briefly scan through all your 5 senses, your hearing sense, your smelling sense, touching sense, eyesight, and your tasting sense. See whether you are connected with them. Now take another deep breath. When you feel like you are fully present, you're connected to your senses, you may open your eyes and come back to the surroundings and to your screen. All right, thank you everyone for joining me on this short meditation. I hope it really helps to you to be present, and then also your senses will help you appreciate, even though it's through the screen, you appreciate all the sensorial experience that you are going to be able to do throughout this event. So this tea ceremony is, as I said earlier, inspired by the Kung Fu Cha. And usually it's set up with small teacups like this, and then small teapots like this. So all these small teapots and teacups really encourage you to slow down and really savor the moment. So it's a really nice way of appreciating your tea and also finding your inner sanctuary. So the first step in a tea ceremony, I like to warm up all my teacups and teawares. So I have some hot water here. I'm just going to pour hot water into my teawares. Just going to warm up all my teacups here as well. So during a tea ceremony like this, I always encourage people to connect, engage their senses. And when you're pouring water, you may be able to hear the water being poured. So engage your hearing sense. Now I want to help you engage your another sense of yours, which is to appreciate the shapes and colors of this loose leaf tea here. So I picked this tea because this is one of our most exquisite teas in our line. It's called Phoenix Oolong, and it's from Phoenix Mountain in China. And it is an oolong that is partially oxidized, and you can drink it daily if you want. And you can also hot brew or cold brew it. And if you have the tea, you can always give it a quick sniff and engage your olfactory senses as well. And another thing that I want to take an opportunity to mention is, because we don't only focus on tea, we also focus on stories and artwork from local artists. So all our teas are housed in canisters like this and this. Hopefully you can see it. They all have like artwork on their labels. They're all adorned with all this original artwork from local Bay Area artists. And the story, aesthetics, and the message behind the artwork inspire with the tea that we have. So we our goal is to help you achieve how you want to appreciate your tea and experience through the synergy of story, art, tea, and people. All right, so I think my teapots and teawares are all warmed up. I'm going to pour it out. And then now I'm going to add the tea leaves into the teapot. So I'm just going to use some tools that we usually see in a tea ceremony. All right. So once you add like dry leaves into a warm teapot, you may want to give it a quick sniff because the aroma will be released immediately. And now I'm going to give the tea leaves a quick rinse. So the rinsing will awaken the tea leaves a little bit more and then also release more of the aroma so you can take in the aroma even better now. So see, it's just a quick rinse. I'm going to pour it off. And then now you can open the lid and then experience the aroma. I wish you are in here with me so that you can smell it. And look at the color is already being released, but this is just a rinse off. So I'm going to pour it away. And now I can really pour the water, fill up the teapot so that it can be steep. In a tea ceremony, we love to pour hot water over the teapot to keep it hot and up very even inside and outside, and so that it can steep quicker. And in a tea ceremony, the steeping time is usually pretty short, from 10 seconds to a minute, depending on the tea and depending on your personal preference. So our tea ceremony is pretty free-flowing. We don't follow super rigid protocols or rules because every situation is different, every tea is different, every person is different. So we honor the diversity, and also we want you to feel more empowered. You don't need to like follow certain set of rules to achieve what you want to achieve. So I'm just going to let it steep for about 30 to 45 seconds. I don't use a stopwatch or timer or anything like that, just because I want to rely more on my feelings and on my intuitive ability also, because like even for the same tea being brewed in the same teapot, you can brew it differently every time depending on the situation, your mood, and environment, how your body feels at that moment. So I think this is about 45 seconds or so. I'm going to pour it into this pitcher. So this is a glass pitcher with a strainer on top, just to strain off any leaves. So I love hearing the sound of tea being poured. It makes me really excited. And this is how the color of the tea looks like. A beautiful amber color, if you can see. Yeah. So you constantly want to engage your senses. That helps you to be very present and mindful also. So I'm going to pour away the warm water that was in the teacups. So I have this setup that allows me to pour the water or the rinse off, and it will collect in the reservoir beneath so that I don't flood my table. Okay, the cups are ready, the tea is ready, and I'm going to pour it just mindfully and slowly into each of these teacups. So now the tea is ready, and during a tea ceremony, we also encourage people to really sit mindfully. By that, I want everybody to like slow down, take the time to like appreciate the color of the tea, really taking the fragrance and aroma of the tea, because this oolong tea is exceptional in its aroma, and it's all natural, no added flavorings or any additives. It's just like if you encounter any exquisite high quality tea. That's how it is like. It is all very natural. And then take small sips. Sorry for the slurping. That's how you can savor the taste of the tea. And,
lucky.
yeah, and let it coat your tongue. Feel how it feels, different parts of the tongue, and then how it feels in your throat, and finally down in your stomach. And this is usually how a tea ceremony goes. And every time we can set different intentions, like during the meditation, we can set intentions at the beginning, and then throughout the process, we can also set the intentions. And I want to also encourage people to like spend a little bit of time, create their own little sanctuary for tea if you're into tea. So you can set it up like the way you want. So we have small little plants here to help with your decoration and your ambience. And then you can have like different statues or artwork, or how to create. You can have incense and candles, for example, to really build up. And I really thank you today for joining me. I hope you learned something, and I hope you feel a little bit more peaceful and present.
Thank you so much. I wish I was there as well, smelling and tasting that oolong tea. Thank you so much, Kenny. And here we all thought we were just going to be talking about food, and we did. We even started with a little meditation session, and it even helped me because I was I'm still so excited, but definitely helped me just kind of center myself and focus. So thank you so much for kicking this event off with us, Kenny. And Rosa just shared Kenny's Instagram, Facebook, his website. So all of you go check it out. The canisters that the tea is in are so beautiful, and he works with the local artists to come up with that art. So thank you so much, Kenny, for just starting this off right for us. Thank you. We are going to now transition over to our panel. And the topic for the panel was adjusting and evolving. And I met with all 4 of these amazing businesses that are all led by 4 women who are all in different stages of their business, who have different types of experience. They are all in the food industry, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves. But even just kicking off that conversation with them and just spending that time with them was so inspirational. And I'm just really excited that you all get to hear from them. So if Lina, Nancy, Reesa, and Mariana, you can take yourselves off of mute, and we are going to begin the panel by sharing. So the question is, tell me a little bit about yourself, your business, and your vision. And Reesa, you are up first.
Great. Hey everyone. My name is Reesa. I am the owner, and for now the sole employee of Poppy Bagels. And Poppy Bagels are authentic hand-rolled, boiled, and baked bagels made with as many locally sourced ingredients as possible. I'm from New York City, and the story behind Poppy Bagels was that it was born out of desperation. I came here to the Bay Area about 6 years ago, and I really couldn't find a good bagel anywhere. But I also wasn't planning on starting a business, so I just, started making bagels at home, and they were terrible, and then they got better, and I started sharing them with friends, and then I started selling them to friends and friends of friends, and it's really grown organically. But after about 5 years, I would say, of perfecting the recipe and, building a little bit of a customer base, I finally turned this passion project, I guess, into a business. And I actually just quit my job about a month ago now to pursue it full time. So I currently do deliveries in San Francisco and pickups in Oakland. I also sell bagels out of Noe Cafe in San Francisco every Saturday. And I think vision wise, I just hope to have a real presence in the Bay Area. I'm looking, my goal, my near future goal is to start selling in a farmer's market. So that's what's on the agenda.
Thank you so much, Reesa. And I know that when we had first met, we were discussing, should you go full time with this? So congratulations for taking that really bold, brave step.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nancy.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. The business that I'm working on is called Purpose and Hope. And what that is it's a business that provides nutritionally dense soups, broths, and herbal teas. The people that we're looking to serve are people that are recovering from treatment for cancer. And how we want to put that together is to make it kind of a business that reaches out and thrives within the community. And what that means is sourcing locally as much as possible. Some of the relationships through research and discovery for this concept is having wonderful bone broth providers, CSA farms such as Fat Beats that also do social justice work around food insecurity, to do primary purchasing of our produce from, and then also like Far West Fungi for mushrooms, and a really wonderful seaweed farmer in Sonoma that hand harvests seaweed. And so to bring these beautiful ingredients together that are fresh, that are alive, and to make them into a really delicious soup to help people feel better is the purpose of what we're doing. The business was inspired by my mom's own cancer journey and seeing the disconnection between how having access to healthy food for people when they're going through a difficult intersection has so much meaning and love there. And so my vision is to create a sustainable business that helps answer that call.
Thank you so much, Nancy. The name of your business is completely appropriate for it. Thank you for sharing. Mariana, tell us about your business, about yourself and your vision.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Mariana Gutierrez, and I own Tico Coffee Roasters in the South Bay, in Campbell specifically. Tico is a coffee and tea company that was founded about 8 years ago. I have been 10 years in coffee, but Tico officially started 8 years ago. And the purpose of our company is to provide joy and pleasure to people's life through high quality coffees and teas that are sustainable and that are sourced directly from different farmers around the world. So we import our coffees from Latin America, Africa, and Indonesia. And we also created our own blends. And for the teas, we source from Asia, Asia Pacific, and also one of them from South America and South Africa. We have a very good selection of orthodox teas or black, green, white teas, but also very nice and delicious blends with flowers, spices, and fruits. So pretty good variety of caffeinated teas and herbal teas. Tico, I don't know if anybody in the panel know, but Tico is a nickname for Costa Rican people. I was born and raised in Costa Rica, in Sonoma, Tica, and I wanted to find a name for my business that reflects my heritage, the values of our country, the sustainability, that peace, that pura vida, or the pure life lifestyle that we have in our country. And I wanted that to be reflected in our name, but also in our product. And the vision for Tico, with this whole worldwide change, I want to be able to provide that joy, to continue growing, to expand our impact in the United States, but also to other countries, and help communities to be more aware of where the food comes from and how their purchases impact not just their health and benefits them here in this country where I am right now, but also how that impacts other communities in other countries.
Thank you so much, Mariana. Coffee absolutely brings me joy. So I'm glad that that's part of the mission for your business. Thank you so much. And Lina, tell us about your business, yourself, and your vision.
Hi, everybody. I am from Colombia. I came from Colombia when I was 16, and I been in the food business since then, basically working in restaurants. My brother, my father also worked in restaurants, so I was always around food. But I discovered catering, and I think that's where I fell in love and found this passion for creating events and basically making people happy. That's what I like. Creative Ideas was created out of necessity, basically, since I have been in the business for over 20 years. I became disabled in 2013, January to be exact. And in March, I started developing this idea that I did not want to go back to work for anybody else, you know? And so Creative Ideas was born, and since then, you know, we have been creating experiences through customized food services and events, using sustainable practices and customer service oriented team serving San Francisco and the Bay Area. And our goal is to be recognized in the industry and our community, you know, by providing more jobs, local jobs. And I'm very interested in providing a internship for a local youth program, since I have kids that are just got out of high school and are still in high school. And so I see that there is a need where some kids don't know, you know, what they want to do or what they're doing during summer. So I want to provide some kind of program that they can, you know, feel comfortable. And having other teenagers, I think that will help them make it, the program a better fit. Finally, something that is close to my heart is to keep inspiring and provide a place for other women that that could have the opportunity to start a business. So having my own kitchen, I think will allow me to do this, and I am hoping that that will become a reality soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lina. And I love that you mentioned, you know, how your business, you know, was created out of necessity, and that you've pushed through and you've grown so much, and now you're paying it forward. And that's really, you know, that's really important and inspiring. And thank you for sharing that. So my next question for our panel is, you know, talking about challenges. I know we're going through a really crazy, uncertain time right now, but not the only one, just as mentioned, you know, Lina mentioned, but I want to hear from the panel, what's one challenge that you face this year that you have overcome? And Nancy, you're up first.
I think the most obvious one, and that is just the challenge that COVID has put on top of the complexities of what it takes to even want to bring a business forth, and even regular economic times. But this year, I find that COVID really, as somebody that wants to start a business and hasn't already taken that form yet, is just the challenges around, like, is this the right time? Is this something that there's a voice for in the world? Is this something that has even any viability towards it anymore? And so it's really allowing that to be something to work through, while always staying motivated and at least engaged in learning, because I find that otherwise it would have been really easy to get lost. But just being able to have community in that way really helped move me through some of those challenges as it was really real.
Thank you so much for sharing, Nancy. Mariana?
Yeah.
Question to you.
For Tico, we don't have a brick and mortar space. We don't have a cafe. Our business is mostly wholesale and online. And we have a little coffee truck that is parked in front of our warehouse to serve the community where we're at. But due to COVID, we had to close the food truck, and it has been a little bit challenging to reopening, even though everybody has been in quarantine. Vacation time is not a good time for the location where we are, so we decided to keep it closed. So the biggest challenge has been that my clients, my wholesale clients, many of them closed because we served offices. and everybody is working from home, or most people are working from home. We still have some cafes and restaurants that use our coffee, but they reduce significantly their orders. Now they are picking up again, which is a good thing for them and for us. But we basically had to pivot to find a way to increase more visibility and increase our online sales, that I'm very happy to say that they grew up 400%. And so it has been a roller coaster of learning, of adapting, doing more online presence. You know, like I used to put some pictures of myself, but now even doing videos and demos and recipes that I didn't do before, because people, we survey also our clients, and we wanted to know, okay, how can we serve you better? And that's basically what we have done in this time. And that's definitely impacted us in a positive way, and also increased a little bit our sales overseas, which is super exciting because we didn't expect that.
Congratulations on that 400% increase, and also for stepping out of your comfort zone.
Thank you.
Lina, share with us one challenge that you faced this year that you've overcome.
Wow. So I think that what the core of our business have been put in hold. Creative ideas has transitioned, and our current mission is to support our for-life employees and the members of our community in need. So we have provided since day one, since we closed in March 13. We've been providing meals for our employees on a weekly basis, and it has taken me back to 2013, when I first opened Creative Ideas. And I am just blessed to have the family and friends, because they have helped me overcome and pivot our business. And I'm ready to put my heart and soul into preparing these meals, for those that deserve it and need it. So the ways that we have been pivot itself, it's basically having no contact free local delivery, providing like free delivery for orders of 75 or more, even curbside pickup, grocery bags, and I also have been making gift baskets for special occasions. We did wonderful for like Mother's Day and graduation. And so I think that there's still a lot of opportunities in having a big presence online has helped us as well. The Instagram and the Facebook, all the social media, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's, it will keep us busy.
Lina, you're definitely living up to your name of Creative Ideas with coming up with all of those solutions. Thank you so much for sharing. Reesa, same question to you.
Yeah. I think obviously COVID presented its own set of challenges. I think luckily my business ramped up at the same time, so I was able to adapt pretty quickly. But I wanted to give an example of something more evergreen and for me, and very tangible and specific, but for me, finding the right commercial kitchen was difficult, and it taught me a lot. I actually started out in a kitchen that I really loved. It had a great vibe, it had everything I thought I needed, except for the oven. They had an oven and I wasn't sure if it would be the right one, and but I kind of overlooked it and I didn't trust my gut and I went for it. I signed a 3-month contract with them, even though I knew this oven probably wouldn't work for me, and it didn't. No surprise there. So fast forward 6 months and now I'm in a new kitchen with a close to ideal setup. And I think just one of the lessons is to listen to your gut and to advocate for yourself and to not settle. It's never worth compromising the quality of the product. I think I was so excited to get going and just willing to kind of try and make it work. And And I really learned to listen to my gut. And also just another tip for people, again, really practical, but know that sometimes you can work with the kitchen to equip it with what you need to. So that's always an option, but that's something I wanted to share.
Thank you so much, Reesa. I am just like taking notes based on what you all are sharing. And I'm gonna try and do a little summary of the notes, but I hope everybody is also writing down because these are really great pieces of information and suggestions. Thank you. So I would love to know from the panel, what keeps you motivated? What is it that pushes you forward? And Mariana, I'd love to hear from you first.
Yeah, I think for personally is the desire of, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. The desire of making a difference in people's lives. I think a lot of people drink coffee. A lot of people like me drink both coffee and tea, and some other people prefer the tea, but is what Kenji shared with us is that moment that brings you to yourself, that brings you, an opportunity to center, to enjoy, to slow down, to brings you pleasure. And I think working towards a product that creates that opportunity for people, especially in these very hard times, is something that I keep present every day. In the way that we make the selections, the coffees that we received actually this week on Monday, the way that we blend, the caring roasting, I think that's what keeps me motivated. And I hope that also supporting and sharing the stories of the farmers and the producers in different countries. I think as much as we have diversity here in the Bay Area and different cultures, we are still also very disconnected from certain products. So I want to be able to have the opportunity to share and people to value that when they drink a little cup of coffee, a little cup of tea, they understand what is happening before that product. So that's my motivation.
Thank you so much, Mariana. Lina, the same question to you. What keeps you motivated? What pushes you forward?
First of all, the freedom and the independence to make my own decisions. That allows me to spend more time with my family. And the passion, the passion that I have, that's my self-motivation, right? Understanding my business and being flexible with my thinking. I think that has helped me during this time. And in the business, I think what keeps me going is the satisfaction that I can create opportunities for, so many people. I think it's very rewarding personally to be able to mentor somebody and even to train my employees and witness their development and their growth within the company. I think that's very important for me.
Gracias, Lina. Reesa, I'd love to hear from you. What keeps you motivated? What pushes you forward?
Like Lina, I would definitely say that the passion for the product keeps me going. I think knowing that there's a real need for what I'm selling is so helpful and so motivating. I feel like there is a white space for authentic bagels, and I believe that I can fill that void. So that's definitely a large part of it. And then I think too, hearing feedback from people, and I think that being a business owner has also helped me become a more compassionate consumer. When I get a nice note from someone that they really enjoyed something, it took them 2 seconds to do, and it made the world of difference to me. So I really tried to pay that forward as a consumer and try and, lift up other businesses and support them. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Reesa. Nancy.
I think what keeps me motivated is the desire to materialize meaningful work. And for me, I just feel really compelled to want to serve people in this way through my business. And I find that what really helps lift me along the journey, because I've had lots of different pits, is just each time being able to realize just how full of magic life is. And sometimes it's just the vulnerability of letting go and like, you know, pursuing that one conversation or resources or help or, you know, all these different varieties of things that come into our lives that just help open up the door, right? Like sometimes there were just moments where it felt like it was something to put down, and then like this most amazing person or article or sign would come up and it would just lift me up, and that helps me keep going as the connection with people, and then just always wondering like what's behind the door.
Thank you so much for sharing, Nancy. We're gonna go on to our next question. So what advice or suggestion would you give to someone who wants to pursue a food operation? So this is gonna be a little like more like a lightning round, 1 minute for you to respond. And Lina, you're up first. What's one piece of advice or suggestion you would give to someone who wants to start a food operation?
I would say that research, plan out your business, know your financials. Definitely look for a mentor, either at Renaissance or other organization that can help you explore this business experience. For me, you know, it has been like a night and day, and I have been challenged to get out of my comfort zone, I should say. So I really encourage you to just do a lot of planning, a lot of research, and have somebody there that can walk you through.
Thank you so much, Lina. Reesa, what's your advice?
I think advice would be that you shouldn't be afraid of going directly to the source to find out information. I'm personally not someone who likes cold emailing or cold calling or, you know, showing up on someone's front door. Sorry, it's loud behind me. But it really paid off, whether it's calling the health department. I didn't know you could call the health department and just ask someone in there a question. And it's the best way to get your questions answered quickly and directly, or, you know, go to the market manager at the farmer's market and talk to them in person. So it's really been something that I've had to push myself to do, but it has paid off times a million, and I would definitely encourage you to try it.
Thank you so much. So go directly to the source. I love that. Nancy, same question for you.
I think mine would be also just, I guess starting a business sometimes we think of it as an external thing, but it's also just so much internal growth too, and so much like giving yourself permission to grow, or the ability to be creative or to be pliable depending on what you learn. And yeah, just being a lifelong learner and just knowing that you'll never get it right, and just to be able to test your imperfections and trust that everything has its own timing and that it's a discovery process.
So true. So true, Nancy. Thank you so much. Mariana, what's one piece of advice or suggestion you would give to someone who wants to start a food operation?
I think for all of us, start with a dream or a passion, something that we really like, or something that we miss, right? Like Reesa, she started her bagel company because she couldn't find bagels here, or Nancy was more like a need of providing this nutritious food to cancer patients. For me, I couldn't find the coffee that I was looking for. So if you are passionate about that, keep that fire alive, but also follow all the advice that you have heard, but also be clear of what is what you want to serve, or what is what you want to give to your client, and have very clear who your client is. Then it's going to make your life much easier.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Basically, everything that the four of you just said right now, that's all part of building your business model, right? It's building it, prepping for it, being clear, you know, achieving that clarity before we even start trying to sell something. So all of you, I want to invite all of you to be part of my Comienza con Confianza and Start Smart classes as guest speakers, because these are all things and topics that we discuss. So our last question, we're going to start wrapping it up, even though I feel like we could have more than 2 hours of information with all of you. So my last question, and this will be open to the 4 of you, whoever wants to respond, is what does it mean to evolve? We talked about adjusting and evolving, but what does that mean to you? And whoever wants to respond to that.
I think to remember, or Nancy mentioned that we have to allow ourselves to be changing all the time, but I think we also have to be compassionate with ourselves to know that as an entrepreneurs, we're going to fail. There is no way around that. And there is, I think, no entrepreneur that can say that they have not failed. That is not true. And so evolving is recognizing the things that we have done right, but also the things that we haven't. And maybe the idea of how we started our business is not longer serving us, or maybe is some part of it, 50%, 70%, 10%. And then we have to bring some new ideas or new ways to do things to evolve the business and also to evolve ourselves as persons and as business owners.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Mariana. Does anybody else want to, Lina, Nancy, or Reesa, want to add to that conversation?
So what does it mean to evolve? Well, I think we've seen it, right? We evolve, changes, and developing over time. You know, it's happening right now and it's happening fast. You know, as a business owner, or I think as a mom, as anybody, you know, we our lives are changing. So we have to develop new plans. And I think having those goals, having maybe short-term goals, you know, having some specific goals in mind to grow, and I think it will help you transition and develop.
Thank you so much, Lina. And yes, I agree with all of you. We're always in a constant stage of movement. And, you know, as Mariana mentioned, we also have to recognize and, you know, sometimes even step out of our own, I feel like our own head and our own business, and really evaluate whether what we're doing, you know, is the right thing at that moment, or if it's time to just continue pushing forward. And so I just really want to thank the 4 of you, Lina, Nancy, Reesa, Mariana, for sharing. You know, I felt like all of these questions were a lightning round of questions, but I wrote down over 25 points of really, really great information, really great nuggets of information. So I just really appreciate the 4 of you, really admire you, and thank you so much for speaking so genuinely with all of us about, you know, these transitions, about your challenges, and also about your motivations. So it's women like you and entrepreneurs like you that continuously motivate me. So thank you so much for being on our panel today. I am going to applaud. I'm sure everybody else is also applauding for you. So thank you so much. And we are going to transition to our next client, Yaqueline y su Sabor Cubano. I've been working with Yaqueline for about 2 years now, and it's been so amazing to see her growth and to see how much she's been pushing forward and how much she's been evolving over the last couple of years. And so we're really excited. Yaqueline made a video for us, so we're gonna share that with all of you so she can tell you about her business and her inspiration. And also we share links, the social media links for the 4 panelists. So make sure that you share the chat and that you follow these 4 incredible entrepreneurs.
Yaqueline y su sabor cubano es una mujer, es una madre, es una esposa, es una amiga y es una chef de su familia y de la comunidad. Yaqueline y su sabor cubano es un tributo a su mamá en vida, Mireya Mulén Bagel. Ella está inspirada en su mamá y en la manera tan rápida y sencilla de preparar los platillos. Comenzó su negocio de catering en el 2010 aquí en el área de la Bahía, específicamente en Oakland. También ofrecemos a nuestra comunidad eventos para toda la comunidad, para la familia, eventos llamados pop-up, family meal e individual lunch bags. También ofrece servicio de catering para eventos, bodas, desde 10 hasta 200 personas. Como propuesta única tenemos una gran experiencia cubana sin tener que viajar a la isla, a través de la música, de la comida y del arte cubano. ¿Cómo nos puede contactar? Muy sencillo. Usted puede contactarnos a través de email o nuestro website yaquelinysusaborcubano.com o yaquelinysusaborcubano@gmail.com. También nos puede seguir en nuestras redes sociales, a Facebook e Instagram, la Yaqueline y su sabor cubano. También puede contactarme a través de mi número telefónico, el área 510-992-9906. Estamos para servir.
Bravo! This is just a little taste of what it's like to be at an event with Yaqueline, because there's always music. The music is from her husband's band, and so usually at her events, she's making the food, she's serving it out, the music is playing, her kids are there as well, and right now they're actually on the screen. Her kids are on the screen as well, so it gives us a little taste of what it's like to be in Cuba and to really celebrate what Yaqueline is all about, which is her Sabor Cubano. So thank you so much, Yaqueline, for sharing that with us. And you made me really hungry and made me want to be able to be at an event with you and the music.
Thank you.
Hola.
Thank you. Thank you all you guys to help me to do that, to organize my business, to create, to create new strategy for sale, to create my website, to enroll to my physician name. I'm so proud of that. We together. I'm so very glad. I'm so very grateful about my partner of business, the women business, Amigas Empresarias, Renaissance, Cubish, all that people help me to do that. I'm so happy to do also in my personal life, my best friend, all they help me to be happy, to follow all the way and to the right in this country. When you have determination to do something, everything coming true. We are very very hard days in this day for everybody, but I say finally we can do that together, and I hope everybody take care of yourself and your family. I say thank you, Viri, for everything. My maestra Susana Gama, she's not here today, but all the word that she said to me in the class happen every day.
Thank you so much, Yaqueline. You are such an inspiration to all of us as well, and it's been amazing to be able to work with you for 2 years now. So muchas gracias. All right, now I want to dance. Now it feels like it's a Friday, right? So thank you so much to all of the panelists and to for all of your comments as well. Keep the comments going. We are going to go to our next phase of our event, which are live business pitches. And we have two incredible entrepreneurs who are going to be presenting for us. The first one is Jennifer from 1,000 Layer Bakery. And the following one will be Carmen Giraldo from the Golden Chicken. So Jennifer, are you with us? Hi.
Hi. Okay.
All right, Jennifer,
Okay.
when you are ready.
Yep. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for being a part of the Rent Center Food Business Showcase today. My name is Jennifer Huang. I'm the chef and owner of Thousand Layer Bakery. I was born and raised in South Sumatra, Indonesia. Indonesian food is very diverse, with Chinese, Indian, Dutch, Portuguese, and Middle Eastern influences. Growing up, food is an integral part of my daily life, like going to open markets every day and make food from scratch using fresh ingredients. After my family immigrated to the Bay Area many years ago, I found out that it's hard to find good Indonesian food, especially the desserts and snacks. So this inspired me to learn how to cook and bake so I can share childhood favorite food with my family. So through courses in hospitality management at community college, cooking and baking lessons in Asia, and a career in corporate cafes, I decided to launch Thousand Layer Bakery in late 2013. And late last year, Thousand Layer Bakery became a part of La Cocina and Rent Center business. At Thousand Layer Bakery, we offer unique, high quality and classic Indonesian desserts that are not readily available in the marketplace. Many of our products are naturally vegan, gluten-free, or both. We use natural premium ingredients whenever possible with house-made fillings, no added preservative and trans fat. Our goal is to introduce and broaden the appeal of Indonesian food and make it more accessible to a wider audience in the San Francisco Bay Area. So Thousand Layer Bakery customers fall into 3 categories: Southeast Asian immigrants and temporary residents who miss the food that they grew up eating every day. And 2, people who have tried or are familiar with Indonesian food. And then professionals or adventurous foodie or both. So here, let me see, So here are pictures of some of the menus. On the left-hand side is our signature cake. It's called Thousand Layer Bakery. It's a fusion of Dutch Indonesian dessert. And this is a cake that I like to say that I bake with a labor of love, because it's broiled one layer on top of another until it's reached between 18 to 21 layers in a cake. And we serve this cake during special events or like celebration, birthday, New Year's. So it's a very popular dessert. And then another unique about Indonesian dessert is the use of pandan leaf. It's that imparts aromatic earthly flavor as well as giving it a hue of green coloring. So one example here is this this one. It's called a coconut pandan mochi layer cake. It's vegan, gluten-free. It's made with coconut milk and pandan essence. And then go to the next one. Okay, so you can connect with and follow us on Instagram or Facebook. The handle is 1000.layer.bakery. And you can place order through a website at 1000layer.com, through phone or email. And then how do customer get their food? Is one option is for pickup at Mission District in San Francisco or in Sunnyvale in South Bay. For currently for delivery, we offer delivery in San Francisco, part of East Bay and South Bay. For catering, order a minimum of $100, free delivery within 7 miles of Sunnyvale, and beyond 7 miles, fee is charged based on mileage. For custom order and snack box, minimum of $20, $5 delivery fee within 7 miles of Sunnyvale, beyond 7 miles, fee is charged based on mileage. Please note that I'm transitioning into a kitchen in San Francisco in La Cocina. So soon I'll be able to, deliver like free delivery or minimum delivery fee within San Francisco neighborhood. And also I wanted to note that we do follow county guidelines in regards to health and safety during the COVID. Next one. So for August, we're doing Cuesa Building Farmers Market pop-up at La Cocina 10. Tomorrow will be my last day at the farmers market. So if you're in the area or in the city, please stop by and say hi. I would love to meet you in person with a mask on and maybe try some of our products. But if you can't make it to the farmers market and would like to try Indonesian desserts, you can always order our weekly snack box samplers. Every week we offer a slight variation of items in the box. We post this weekly snack box offering on Instagram and Facebook. Typically, the order deadline is Tuesday or Wednesday, and pickup day is on Saturday. Okay. You can find out more about our products, descriptions, and information about the items on the website. And you can email us if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And I just want to say, if you are in San Francisco, don't just stop by to say hi, but actually purchase. For all of us that actually can't make it to San Francisco this Saturday, if not, she has some amazing snack boxes. So check her website out because this already made me really hungry. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Our next business pitch is from Carmen Giraldo. Carmen, hi.
Hi, Viri, how are you?
Great, and I just want to mention that Carmen is from the Bay Area, but she has been in Peru for the last couple of months, and so she's been taking classes this whole summertime in Peru. So, and she has not missed one single class, so that is dedication right there. So all the way from Peru, welcome, Carmen.
Thank you, thank you.
Adelante.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Carmen Giraldo. I'm Peruvian, as you heard before, and I have 22 years experience in the food industry. I had 2 restaurants here in Peru, and in 2007, I started managing a Peruvian restaurant in Inner Richmond in San Francisco till 2008. And since then, I've been doing catering on and off. Today, I'm here to introduce you to a business that I'm starting up with my brother. So, without any further, ladies and gentlemen, next slide, please. The golden chicken. The golden chicken is also known as Peruvian rotisserie chicken or pollo a la brasa peruano. The golden chicken offers a product that is slowly cooked. Can we go to the next slide, please? In a rotisserie oven, sorry, that's been marinated in a blend of herbs, spices, and a Peruvian pepper called ají especial. Next slide, please. That's the way we marinate this chicken. In the future, we will offer other dishes from the Peruvian cuisine that will transport you to the land of the Incas in a culinary and cultural experience. And here are some pictures of these dishes that we will be offering in the future. Can we go to the next slide, please? This is a duck stew with rice and bean. The stew is based on cilantro and dark beer, and it's awesome. Next slide, please. Of course, we will be offering our Peruvian ceviche in the future. Next slide. Oh, those are my grilled pineapples. I love grilling. So in the next slide, you're gonna see me also doing some grilling. That's me. Let's go to the next slide. Our mission, besides providing food and culture, is to promote integration and diversity, and will support the community by contributing to the growth of the same, supporting events and organizations focused on youngsters and immigrants. Also, we inspire the community to fulfill their dreams and achieve their goals. Like I said before, our rotisserie chicken is cooking a unique blend of herbs and spices, our Peruvian ajíes, and the love and passion that we have for our cuisine. We will be offering our product as complete meals. Can we go to the next slide, please? And those meals will be ready to serve for a single person, families, parties, events, and catering. Meals will be packaged in disposable and compostable containers following the COVID-19 protocols. The meal will include a salad, fries, and the next slide, please. Of course, our golden chicken. Oh, and it will also include our signature sauce, ají huacatay, which is a blend of black mint and a yellow pepper from Peru. Let's go to the next slide, please. Our target market is people from medium to upper class, families, university students, working people, foodies, and people looking for convenient, casual, comforting food. Customers can order their food 2 days in advance. Can we go to the next slide, please? Through email, Facebook, text messages, and WhatsApp. Within an hour, they will receive a confirmation of their order, including date and time for pickup. Our customers can rest assured knowing that we are using fresh ingredients, locally grown, and that we are taking all the necessary steps to protect them and us from COVID-19. We will keep them posted with offers and new releases, and also will acknowledge their suggestions, advice, and complaints so we can continue growing and expanding the business. Right now, we're in the process of defining what's the best way to open this business. I've been in Peru, growing, learning, taking the classes, and I always wanted to be a chef. I always wanted to have another restaurant. I'm fulfilling in my dreams and my goals. I know I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and I'm the golden chicken. Thank you. We can go to the next slide.
Thank you so much, Carmen. I'm really excited for you to come back and start sharing some of this delicious rotisserie chicken, this pollo a la brasa, with all of us here in the Bay Area. So we're really excited for you to begin that journey and to be able to share it with all of us. Rosa is going to be sharing both Carmen and Jennifer's contact information so we could order from Jennifer and then follow Carmen in her entrepreneurial journey. So thank you so much to both of you for sharing with us. Our next presentation, we have a video from Brian M. Smith, and something that's really important about Grinchos and about Brian is that it's not only about the products, it's not only about the food, it's where the food came from and about the relationships that he's building with either the artisans or with the farmers from the products that he is offering. So I really admire that from Brian and from Grinchos. And so he's gonna explain more to us through this video. So we are ready for you.
Grinchos. Grinchos has been a self-given name. It started a long time ago during my career as a server of beverages and food in Silicon Valley in San Francisco Bay Area. It's two words combined together to make one word. I was born in Northern California to a native Peruvian mother and English Canadian dad. Gringo and Cholo make Grincho. Cholo meaning a person who has migrated to the city of Lima from the Andes Mountains. This business has offered handmade crafts of Peru for nearly 2.5 years, including organic coffee. Currently, I can be found at farmers markets. Some of the crafts have been and jewelry made by indigenous women artisans from the rainforest while their sons, brothers, and husbands commute to work throughout the capital. Other items have been created by various producers within the city, including some I've met in my grandfather's home province of Apurimac. I've been a long-time participant in various movements for justice, especially the American unions of this country. It's my deep understanding and conviction that we can achieve justice within our system of capitalism while thinking of others in their time of need. I call this economic justice through the promotion of equality for everyone. Yes, we can benefit one another once we allow time and effort to guide us into shared agreements. A portion of each purchase has been set aside as a fixed cost to assist others. Coffee from Peru has been considered to be one of the best in the world and has received wide recognition in numerous awards. Thank you for listening, watching this video with the assistance of my loved ones and family.
Thank you so much, Brian. And Brian, let us know if you want to share anything verbally. We're also going to be sharing the information that's on the flyer about him being in, or the days that he's at the farmers markets. But Brian, would you like to say anything? All right, well, Rosa, if you can share the flyer in the chat, that would be wonderful. So we all know, yeah, so we all know where Brian is going to be. Oh, there he is, Brian. Hola.
Yeah, I didn't unmute myself. Should know this by now.
Anything else you would like to share with us?
I was just saying that the farmers markets, I can follow up with anybody that's interested, but anywhere from the Brisbane to San Jose and Fremont, focusing on the crafts, but also jumping to the coffee, which will be coming soon in September, is my goal. The coffee is available as of now, but just cannot sell it to markets by mail only.
Thank you so much. You said, and we could purchase the coffee right now, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, Rosa is sharing that information. So for all of you coffee lovers, we've got a couple of coffee options and tea options today. So we've got options. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Brian.
Igualmente, muchas gracias.
Gracias. And now we have another demo. This one is a recorded demo that we have from Norma Quinonez, who her business is called Semilla, and she's going to be sharing with us her burrito and the style of burritos that she makes that, you know, that are different from what we typically know here in California. So whenever you're ready, Carmela, we're ready for you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Norma Quinonez and I am the owner of Semilla, which means seed, S-E-E-D. My concept are Northern Mexican burritos. You might ask yourself, what are Northern Mexican burritos? So they're not your average burritos. They are slender-sized burritos, which consist just of a flour tortilla with delicious home-style stews such as shredded beef and a tomatillo salsa. There's also breakfast burritos, and you can combine that with the shredded beef and the vegetarian option, which is roasted poblano peppers with potatoes and cheese and cactus. So now I'm going to show you how we prepare Northern Mexican burritos. So the first step is to heat your flour tortillas on the griddle. You want to make sure they're nice and hot. So now we're going to build our burritos, and I'll start off with doing the breakfast burrito, which consists of scrambled eggs, and I'm going to make this a vegetarian one, this is poblano peppers, potatoes, and cactus, and I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on it, shredded Monterey Jack cheese. So now we're going to roll our burrito. Again, they're slender sliced burritos.
we're going to do the burrito with just shredded beef, which is a very popular filling in Durango, Mexico. Again, this is shredded beef cooked in tomatillo salsa. And I like it with a little bit of shredded cheese in there. This is optional. You don't have to put the cheese in it, which is great. So now we're going to roll our burritos. Again, they're slender sized burritos. So each burrito is individually wrapped and labeled for easy identification. You can enjoy these burritos with a café de olla, which is a Mexican brewed coffee, and it's made with cinnamon and Mexican unrefined sugar, which is the piloncillo. And we have guacamole and our house-made salsa that is made from tomatoes, tomatillos, and chile de árbol. Thank you everyone for your time. Semilla right now is in its startup stages. So our first goal is to deliver these burritos to coffee shops, retail shops. So if you're interested or know someone that owns a coffee shop or retail shop, please direct message me on Instagram for a tasting. And thank you again.
Bravo. I loved that call to action. So if anybody does know someone who is in need of these delicious burritos, please contact Norma and then also follow her on her Instagram so we could, follow her along her entrepreneurial journey and know when she's selling to the public, because I know I want some now, Norma. Norma, do you want to say anything? Anything else?
I just want to thank everybody, the staff. Everybody has been so supportive and helpful. And although I'm in the beginning stages, there has been a lot of research. I've learned a lot, and I'm just so grateful for all the support that I'm getting. I learned so much just doing the video. And I also want to thank my daughter who played a major role in helping me with the video. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Both of you were such a great team. Thank you so much to all of our participants. That went really quickly. We've had 10 amazing entrepreneurs already share their products, their journeys with us, talk about what motivated them, their passions, their challenges. And I just really want to encourage everybody to make sure that you follow them on social media, that we're actually showing support by ordering from them as well. This is not even my part. I'm going to hand this over to Bret, but just really want to encourage all of you to make sure that you check out the chat so that we can follow all of these incredible food entrepreneurs. And Bret, the floor is yours now.
The good news of having such great staff is that they think they have to take your part. That's how amazing these people I work with are. So we are going to do a raffle. You've heard some of the prizes here. I want to refresh you on Poppy's traditional New York bagels, as well as Creative Eyes Catering, or Creative Ideas. And I actually have to say that I've spent at least a week a year ordering from Lina when I worked in San Francisco, so I can testify for it. And I do expect my special hookup from Poppy's. These are amazing food. You see the process. So we're gonna try a raffle through Zoom. So bear with me. Here's what we're gonna do. I want you to visualize a number between 1 and 100. Don't tell anybody. Now, I want you to take either a sticky note or a piece of paper or a hand. I want you to take a writing utensil that you can put this on, and I want you to write down your number. And I'm going to give you 1 minute. And then when our 1 minute is over, We're going to hold up our numbers to the screen, and these fantastic staff we have are going to look through and they will list out our winners. Okay? I'm going to repeat it one more time. I want you to take a writing utensil, use your hand, or use a piece of paper. Write down a number that comes to mind between 1 and 100. And then after 1 minute, we're going to show that to the screen, and we'll have some raffle winners. Are we ready? Everybody ready? All right. I'm going to start this timer, and we are counting down from 1 minute. I want to tell you that Lina's food is so good that she's entering in the raffle to try her own food. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are out of time. All right. So you can either hold your number up, or as other people are doing, I guess, they're typing into the chat. Give a little bit of time for our staff to kind of figure this out. We're going to do this more than once.
Brett, why don't you say your number to everyone and then we can see if anyone got it.
Okay. Honor code. I'm going to say the number. We're going to be honest. All right. The number is a great number because it was the year I was born. It's the year that Apple computers started, and it's the year Star Wars came out. That is 77.
I think someone did put that.
Yes, they
Oh,
did.
Norma.
I see 2 people did.
2 people.
So Norma put 77, and did anyone else?
First.
Wait, and it looks like Darlene did as well.
Who was the first one to put it?
Wait, and Norma.
It was
Kelly.
Aisha Dial and
Kelly.
Yeah, and Kelly Blazer. They're the winners.
Wow, that was cool. Thank you.
Yeah, Kelly.
Let's clap it up. Absolutely. Thank you very much for that. We're only going to get better at this. I'm glad you're enjoying this. We're only going to get better at this, and we're going to do more of these. Again, I wanted to talk to you and remind you about our participants, their social media, and following them. We really are trying to build these neighbor-to-neighbor transactions and build that in. I think all of us are used to going out to restaurants. That's not going to happen unless we get back into the habit of ordering from each other. So that's going to be in. I'm glad you thought that was fun. So I am going to hand this back to Viridiana, who is going to do some Q&A with you. Okay. I also want to remind you that we're going to have our directory with all these businesses so you can directly order from them. You have their information. If you also, aside from ordering from them, if you have ideas of local stores and venues that they can put their products in, please take that seriously and take the next step, and we want to facilitate that. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it back off to our wonderful co-host, Viridiana.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the winners. You are really lucky. You get Poppy Bagels, and Lina's delicious food. And for those of you that didn't win, then we all have everyone's social media, so we can all place our orders and obtain their food, their snacks, their coffees, or teas that way as well. We are going to have about 10 minutes to do Q&A. So if you have any questions for any of the participants, please put them in the chat. We may not be able to get to all of our questions, but start putting them in the chat, and participants, I will call your name out so that you can answer verbally, but if the questions can be via the chat, that would be great. And I'm going to give you all about 1 minute to think about those questions and type them out. And Norma, the first question is for you. So Yolanda said, I'm interested in the Semilla burritos. When will she be online? Is she in San Francisco?
So we will be in San Francisco pretty soon. Right now, I'm just doing tasting. So if you'd like to, we can set up a time, or I can deliver some for you to taste. And you can direct message me on Instagram.
Perfect. And if Norma, you can put your Instagram just once more time. Once more, that would be wonderful. There's another, Kenny, are you still with us?
Sure.
So we have a question for Kenny, and someone asked, is the tea business online for orders?
Yes, we have a website, fabulat.square.site, and then you can also order through our Instagram and Facebook pages, and can contact us there as well.
Thank you so much, Kenny, and feel free and also put it in the chat. And Dorothy asks, is there a website that lists all the member entrepreneur businesses and links? So yes, actually one of the Renaissance team members, Rosa, actually created a directory with all of the participants that showcased today. And so we will be sending that link out shortly. So you will have all of the information on there. Any other questions for any of the participants? And to recap, we had Kenny with Fabula Tea, who kicked off the ceremony, or who kicked it off with the tea ceremony. And then we had a panel with Reesa from Poppy Bagels, Nancy from Purpose and Hope, Lina from Creative Ideas Catering, Mariana from Tico Roasters. And then we had Yaqueline from Yaqueline y su Sabor Cubano. And then we had Jennifer from 1,000 Layer Bakery. And then we had Carmen from the Golden Chicken, and Brian from Grinchos, and Norma Quinonez from Semilla. Any other questions for any of them? All right, so why don't, oh, perfect. So hi, Corinne. So Corinne asked, for anyone, when did you realize you wanted to work with food? And so for any of our participants, feel free to respond to that question.
I can answer, Bidi.
Carmen, adelante.
I realized that I wanted to work with food since I was like about maybe 14 years old. When I finished school, I wished that at the time, the career of being a chef would have been better remunerated. I would have studied to be a chef. But at the time, at least in Peru, you didn't earn that much money, so I decided to study accounting. And I have been in the business on and off since I was 14. I remember that when I was at school, I prepared barbecues for all my friends. So I had like 40, 50 people in my house. I collected money from everyone and I prepared everything. And we had a party in my house. So food is my passion. You know, I cannot see the world without food and music. I think that I would die.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. Anybody else who wants to answer, when did you know that you wanted to work with food? Jennifer from 1,000 Layer Bakery said, when my son was born, I love to cook and bake for other people. Thank you so much. Someone Another question that we received from the audience is, what's the best place to start? Marketing first, then get a location, or build up the location before starting to market? And let's see, I would ask either Mariana or Lina, since you have a location, would you like to respond to that question?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
So the question was, what's the best way to start? Marketing first, then get a location, or build up the location before the marketing?
I would say it's kind of simultaneously, because you had to do your research before you get the location, right? You want to make sure that that location actually works for what you are going to offer, either be a cafe or restaurant. I think providing all your social media with updates. And so I think it's like, you know, simultaneously to me.
Yeah, I agree. And I just, as you mentioned earlier in the panel, doing planning, doing your research, doing a lot of prep work before you jump into a huge commitment that way. Mariana, would you like to add anything to the conversation?
I think, as Lina said, is both. Once you understand what is, you know, as I mentioned before, what is what you want to do and what is what you want to serve, then it's easier to start planning your marketing and to be a little bit more focused. Let's say you start creating a lot of awareness, maybe pictures, but maybe you're, it's good because you create anticipation. The downside is that sometimes if you find a place and you have to deal with permits and construction, that might delay your opening. That can make your clients maybe a little bit tired, but in other times can create that expectation of when are you opening. So I would say it's both, but mostly first you need to have your plan ready before you can really start that aspect of the business. And really try to prove your product a little bit before. Because I think marketing sometimes can be a little misleading. Now with Instagram, there are like millions of beautiful pictures, but you know, once if you have a brick and mortar and people go to your place, make sure that you live to those expectations that you created.
Absolutely. I'm telling you that all of you can teach the Start Smart class, which is all about bringing clarity to your business model and planning things out. And yeah, thinking about all of these concepts being aligned. So thank you so much, Mariana. If you have any other questions, feel free to send them to me via the chat. And we can make sure that we answer your questions. I'm going to hand it back over to Bret.
Thank you. This has been an amazing experience. I want to remind you again, please follow not only our entrepreneurs, but our organization. The more that we can get the word out, the more that we can help these potential and existing business owners tell their story and build their clientele. So see how to follow us and continue to tell these stories for us. In addition, I want to take some time to really talk about people who put this together. They're going to tell you that this was my idea. Maybe it was my idea, but they did all the work. So in your own way, whether it's one of these Zoom reactions or just doing a round of applause in front of your screen, could you please give a round of applause for Viridiana, Lucero, Carmela, and Rosa, who really absolutely just put this together and did the work. I worked tirelessly, so in addition, I would love us to give a round of applause for our participants. This was not the day for me to skip lunch and come here. In my mind, I need a golden chicken, 100 burritos, some tea. I mean, the list is just going on. You guys have got me like literally wiping my face. I'm drooling so much. This was just so, and your presentations and your videos were just so good. So this is amazing, and we're getting back to what we really have to do, which is fix neighborhoods by offering amenities that people need, and it becomes, again, neighbor-to-neighbor transactions. So thank you very much. We are going to send out a directory of these businesses, as you asked. In addition, if you could see the screen, we are going to send out a survey to you, and it's a basically evaluation. If you tell us the honest truth, it lets us know what we did well, and we'll do it again. If you tell us the things that we need improvement on, we can fix those by the next time. So please just fill it out, give it back to us. This is how we learn, and this is how we grow. Also, sign up for our newsletter. We're going to send that out. You'll know about the next one. I'm going to try to get these going faster and make them not annual, because I think that the turnaround on this and that the response from you has been so amazing. I think we can. You're only going to know about it if you have the newsletter. So please sign that up, and that's how we get in touch with you. And remember, ultimately, we're only here to facilitate you knowing about our clients. So purchase from them. Make sure you're consistently building them into your budget. This is how we change our communities and take some good back and add some hope and connection. And the final thing is, if you're impressed with these clients and you see what Renaissance does, we would like to invite you to our annual event that is happening at 5 p.m. on September 10th. Usually we have it in San Francisco at the Metron. This year it will be an annual event on Zoom, so you can participate from the comfort of your own home. Feel free to sign up for that. I would love to have you. Again, thank you so much for participating. We appreciate you. And one final round of applause for our wonderful food business entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bret. And I just want to echo once again, thank you so much to Renaissance. Anytime I propose any ideas, any workshops or courses for our food experts, especially Spanish ones, because we don't have enough resources in our language, they always say yes to me. They always allow me to be able to support all of these amazing food experts and other entrepreneurs in both Spanish and English. And I think that's really what a partnership should be about allowing and giving us that support for one another. So I just really want to thank Renaissance. I really want to thank Rosa, Carmela, Lucero, Bret. You all are so amazing, so supportive. And to the entrepreneurs, I just want to say thank you so much for the constant motivation. It's really all about community, especially during this crazy, uncertain times. We really need to support one another. So once again, just want to encourage all of you to support by following their social medias, by actually purchasing, and there's so much talent that other people need to know about. So thank you so much to everybody.